famous and unique festival in Brazil that amazed the world. When people think about Brazil, they often imagine beautiful beaches, the vast tropical wilderness and of the Amazon rainforest, and the energetic rhythm of samba echoing through lively streets. However, beyond its breathtaking landscapes and captivating music, Brazil is also famous around the world for its incredibly vibrant and diverse festival culture. Festivals in this South American nation are not merely celebrations for entertainment, they represent the country's creativity, optimism, and deep passion for life. Throughout the entire year, numerous festivals take place across Brazil, from large cities to small towns and rural communities. These events are filled with music, dancing, colorful costumes, and joyful energy. For Brazilian festivals are not only moments of celebration, but also opportunity for community to gather, strengthen social bonds, and proudly express their cultural identity. One of the reasons Brazilian festivals are so unique is the country's rich cultural mixture. Brazil's history has been shaped by the interaction of many different cultures, including indigenous people, African brought during the colonial period, and European settlers who arrived later. This cultural blend has created a diverse and vibrant society, which is clearly reflected in its traditional festival. Music and dance plays a central role in many of these celebrations. Energetic dance styles such as samba and powerful drum rhythms often fill the street with excitement and energy. Participants frequently wear elaborate and colorful costumes while joining in large street parades and dancing together in celebration. In addition to music and dance, many festivals in Brazil also have deep religious significance. Some celebrations are dedicated to honoring saints or are connected to long-standing spiritual tradition. During this event, people participate in ceremonial rituals, offer prayers, and express gratitude for their spiritual beliefs and cultural heritage. Festivals also provide an opportunity for artistic expression and creativity. Elaborately decorated parade floats, spectacular street performance, and large-scale artistic display transform many celebrations into major cultural events that attract attention from around the world. The warm and open spirit of the Brazil people is another reason for these festivals are so special. Brazilians are known for their love of music, dance, and social gatherings. For them, festivals are not the short-lived celebrations, but an essential part of their cultural life and identity. Today, many Brazilian festivals have gained international recognition and attract millions of visitors each year. Travelers come not only to watch the spectacular parades and performances, but also experience the joyful atmosphere that fills the streets. Overall, festivals in Brazil reflect the country's vibrant culture and the people's passion for life. The combination of music, art, spirituality, and tradition creates celebrations that are both unique and unforgettable. In the following section, we will explore some of the most famous and fascinating festivals in Brazil. 1. Rio Carnival, the most famous festival in Brazil. When people talk about the most famous festival in Brazil, the first name that almost always comes to mind is the spectacular Rio Carnival. This event is considered the largest and most famous festival in the country and one of the most impressive street celebrations in the world. Every year, the festival takes place in the city Rio de Janeiro and attracts millions of visitors from across the globe. Rio Carnival usually takes place in February or March, before the Christian season of Lent. During the festival, the entire city of Rio de Janeiro transforms into a massive stage filled with music, colors, and excitement. Streets, squares, and public space come alive with performance, parades, and lively street parties that continue day and night. The highlight of Rio Carnival is the spectacular Samba parades. Famous Samba schools from across the city spend an entire year preparing for the grand competition held at the iconic Samba Domes. Each Samba school presents a unique theme accompanied by massive parade floats, elaborate costumes, and hundreds of dancers performing along Parade Avenue. The dancers in the festival wear extremely colorful costumes decorated with feathers, glittering ornaments, and vibrant fabric as they move rhythmically to the powerful beat of samba music. The entire stadium and audience become immersed in the electrifying atmospheres of the celebration. Music plays a central role in Rio Carnival. Energetic samba rhythm echo through the streets as drum ensembles and live band perform continuously. The fast and lively beats make it almost impossible for people to remain still. Visitors and locals alike often join the dancing, creating an atmosphere filled with joy and excitement. Beyond the grand parades at the Samba Dome, Rio Carnival is also famous for its street parties known as blocos. These are informal street parades where people gather to sing, dance, and celebrate freely. Blocos take place in many neighborhoods across the city and often attract thousands of participants. Carnival is not only an entertainment event but also an important cultural tradition in Brazil. It reflects the Brazil's spirit of joy, openness, and passion for music and celebration. For many Brazilians, Carnival is a special time to pause daily routines and enjoy life with friends and family. Because of its massive scale and vibrant atmosphere, Rio Carnival has become a powerful cultural symbol of Brazil. Image of samba dancers in dazzling costumes and colorful parade floats have been broadcast around the world. Today, Rio Carnival is not only a source of pride for Brazilians but also one of the most famous and exciting festivals on the planet. Millions of travelers visit the city every year to witness this extraordinary celebration that few places in the world can match. 2. The Bumba Meu Boi Festival. Besides its large and famous street celebration, Brazil is also home to many traditional folk festivals that reflect the country's rich cultural heritage. One of the most unique and beloved among them is the Bumba Meu Boi Festival. This traditional celebration is particularly possible in the northern and northeastern region of the Brazil, especially the state of Maranhão. The festival, known for its vibrant combination of music, dance, theater, and storytelling, creating a lively cultural event filled with colors and excitement. The origin of Bumba Meu Boi Festival are rooted in a famous Brazilian folktale. The story tells a slave named Pai Francisco and his wife Carteria. While pregnant, Carteria develops a strong craving to eat the tongue of a prize bull owned by a wealthy rancher. Wanting to satisfy his wife's unusual desire, Pai Francisco secretly kills the bull and takes its tongue for her. When the rancher discovers what has happened, he becomes furious and orders Pai called to be captured. In the story, several healer and spiritual figures are then called upon to bring the bull back to life. After many attempts, the bull is miraculously revived. The joyful resurrection leads to celebration, music, and dancing among the community. This dramatic and symbolic story forms the central theme of the Bumba Meu Boi performance. During the festival, groups of performers reenact the story through theatrical performance, traditional dance, and musical presentations. The bull itself is represented by a beautifully decorated costume or structure carried by performers. The figure is often covered in colorful fabric, based and elaborate design that make it one of the most visually striking elements of festival. One of the most fascinating aspects of the festival is the vibrant clothing worn by participants. Dancers and performers dressed in bright costume, decorated with embroidery, feathers, and glitters and traditional patterns. As they dance to the rhythm of drum, folk music, the entire celebration becomes energetic and visually captivating. Music plays a central role in Bumba Meu Boi. Traditional instruments such as drum, maracas, and other percussion instruments create lively rhythm and thus encourage dancing and participation. This rhythm makes sound fill the streets and create a joyful and festive atmosphere for both performer and spectator. Beyond entertainment, Bumba Meu Boi creates deep cultural significance. The festival reflects the unique blends of culture that have shaped Brazil history. Elements of indigenous traditions, African heritage, and European influence can all be seen in the music, costumes, storytelling, and ritual of the celebration. Because of its cultural importance, the festival has been recognized by UNESCO as part of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This recognition have preserved the tradition and introduced it to a wider international audience. Today, Bumba Meu Boi is not only a local celebration, but also an important cultural symbol of Brazil. Every year, the festival attracts visitors to come to experience one of the most colorful and meaningful folk traditions in the country. 3. Festa Junina, a colorful winter festival. In addition to famous celebrations like Rio Carnival and Bumba Meu Boi, Brazil is also home to another vibrant tradition celebration known as Festa Junina. This festival is one of the most popular cultural events in Brazil and takes place every year during the month of June. It is held in honor of important Catholic saints and is especially popular in rural areas and the northeastern regions of the country. Festa Junina celebrates three important Catholic saints, Saint Anthony, Saint John, and the Baptist and the Saint Peter. Among these, the feast day of Saint John is considered the main highlight of the festival. The celebration originally came from European summer festival, particularly though in Portugal, and was brought to Brazil during the colonial period. Over time, the traditions blended with local culture to form the unique Brazilian Festa Junina. During the festival, towns, neighborhoods, and public squares are decorated with colorful lanterns, strings of triangular flags, and rustic ornaments. The festival spaces are often arranged to resemble traditional countryside villages, complete with wooden stove, large bonfire, and open area for dancing and music. One of the most iconic features of Festa Junina is the traditional folk dance called the quadrilha. This dance is usually performed in groups with couples moving in coordinated steps that humorously reenact a rural wedding celebration. The dancers often act out playful scenes during the performance, which bring laughter and excitement to the audience. Costumes are another charming aspect of the festival. Participants typically dress as countryside farmers, wearing plaid shirts, layered dresses, straw hats, and other rustic accessories. Many people also draw freckles on their face or braid their hair into pigtails to create a cheerful and playful appearance. Food plays a very important role in Festa Junina celebration. Many traditional dishes are made from corn, which is a staple ingredient in Brazilian rural cuisine. Popular treats include corn cake, popcorn, peanut sweets, and various traditional desserts that are enjoyed throughout the festival. In addition to dancing and food, many fun folk games are organized for both children and adults. Common activities include ring toss game, mock fishing game, and other playful competition hosted at small festival booths. These activities add excitement and create a lively community atmosphere. Beyond being a celebration of entertainment, Festa Junina is also a tribute to rural traditions and cultural heritage. The festival reflects the simple charm of countryside life in Brazil and celebrates values such as community spirit, friendship, and shared joy. Today, Festa Junina is celebrated not only in rural villages but also in major cities across Brazil. Schools, churches, and local community organize their own version of festival, making it one of the most beloved and widely celebrated cultural events of the year in Brazil. For Parintins Folklore Festival. Among the many vibrant festivals celebrated in Brazil, the Parintins Folklore Festival stands out as one of the most unique and spectacular cultural events. This festival takes place every year in the city of Parintins, located in the state of Amazonas, in the heart of Amazon region. Although it may not be as globally famous as the Rio Carnival, it is one of the most important and anticipated celebrations for local community. The Parintins Folklore Festival usually takes place at the end of June and lasts for 3 days. During this time, the entire city becomes lively and energetic as thousands of visitors and residents gather to participate in the festivities. The most distinctive feature of the festival is the cultural competition between two legendary folklore teams, Garantido and Caprichosos. These two groups represent opposing sides and compete to impress the audience and just through spectacular performance. The origins of the festival are closely connected to the legendary story of a magical bull, similar to the tale featured in the Bumba Meu Boi celebration. In the Parintins Festival, the story is brought to life through massive theatrical performance that combine music, dance, and storytelling. Over time, the festival has evolved into a large-scale artistic competition filled with creativity and innovation. The performances are held in a large arena called the Bumba. This stadium-like venue is filled with thousands of spectators who come to watch the shows and cheer passionately for their favorite team. Both Garantido and Caprichoso spend the entire year preparing elaborate performances to impress the judges and the audience. One of the most impressive elements of the festival is the show of enormous moving stage structures and creative decorations. Performers often bring giant figures representing animals, Amazonian myth, or elements of indigenous culture. Combined with lighting effects, music, and choreography, these giant stage pieces create a truly breathtaking spectacle. The costumes worn by the dancers are also a highlight of the event. Performers wear colorful outfits decorated with feathers, beads, birds and designs inspired by Amazonian traditions. And dancers move rhythmically to the beat of drum and traditional music. The atmosphere becomes vibrant and electrifying. Music plays a central role in the Parintins Folklore Festival. Powerful rhythms are performed by large orchestras and percussion groups, accompanied by singing and enthusiastic cheering from the audience. The combination of music and dance creates an emotional and immersive experience for everyone watching. Beyond its entertainment value, the festival also reflects the cultural pride of the Amazon region. Many performers tell stories about nature, indigenous legends, and the history of the region. Through this artistic expression, the festival helps preserve and celebrate the cultural heritage of the local people. Today, the Parintins Folklore Festival has become one of the largest folk celebrations in Brazil, with its blend of tradition, creativity, and passionate competition. The festival continues to attract visitors and cultural enthusiasts from around the world. 5. Rio de Nazaré, a major religious festival. In addition to its lively cultural and musical celebrations, Brazil is also known for several major religious events that hold deep spiritual significance. One of the most important and cherished festivals in the country is the Rio de Nazaré. This remarkable religious celebration takes place every year in the city of Belém, located in the state of Pará in northern Brazil. With millions of participants each year, Rio de Nazaré is considered one of the largest Catholic pilgrimages in the world. The history of Rio de Nazaré is back more than 200 years. Is connected to the miraculous discovery of a statue of the Virgin Mary. According to local tradition, in the 18th century, a farmer discovered a small statue of the Virgin in the forest near Belém. After bringing the statue home, he noticed that it mysteriously returned to the place where it had originally been found. Believing this is to be a divine site, the local community built a temple at that location. Over time, devotion to the Virgin of Nazareth spread throughout the region. Eventually, a major religious celebration was established to honor her. This event gradually evolved into the famous Rio de Nazaré festival known today. The most important moment of the festival is the procession, during which the statue of Our Lady Nazareth is placed on a beautifully decorated chariot and carried through the street of Belém. Millions of pilgrims join the procession, walking long distance as a way to express their devotion and faith. One of the most recognizable symbols of the celebration is the long rope that many pilgrims hold while walking behind the procession. For many believers, touching or holding this rope is considered a sacred act, symbolizing a spiritual connection with the Virgin Mary and hope for blessings or miracle. The atmosphere during the festival is both solemn and emotional. Many participants join the pilgrimage with personal prayers, carrying religious symbols or offerings as a sign of gratitude. Some devotees even walk barefoot and perform acts of sacrifice to demonstrate the depth of their faith. In addition to the main procession, the Círio de Nazaré Festival include many other religious activities such as prayer service, large masses, and community gatherings. Churches throughout the city of Belém hold special ceremonies during the celebration. Beyond its religious importance, the festival is also a significant cultural event for local community. Families and friends gather to participate in the festivities, share meals, and enjoy the unique atmosphere of these special occasions. Because of its cultural and spiritual significance, the festival has been recognized by UNESCO as a part of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This recognition has preserved the tradition and introduced this remarkable celebration to the world. Today, Rio de Nazaré is not only an important religious event in Brazil, but also a powerful symbol of faith, unity, and community spirit. 6. Oktoberfest Brazil. When people think about festival in Brazil, they often imagine vibrant celebrations such as the famous Rio Carnival. However, Brazil also hosts a unique version of the world-famous beer festival known as Oktoberfest Blumenau. This celebration takes place in the city of Blumenau, located in the state of Santa Catarina in southern Brazil, and it is considered one of the largest Oktoberfest celebrations outside Germany. Oktoberfest Blumenau was first organized in 1984 after the city experienced a devastating flood that caused significant damage. In an effort to restore community spirit and attract visitors back to the area, local leaders and residents decided to create a large festival inspired by the famous Oktoberfest Munich held in Munich. The celebration quickly grew into a major cultural and tourism event. The reason Blumenau adopted the Oktoberfest tradition is closely related to its history. The city was founded in the 19th century by German immigrants, and many aspects of German culture remain strong in the region today. The architecture, cuisine, and traditions of the city still reflect its European roots. During Oktoberfest Blumenau, the entire city becomes lively and festive. Large halls and festival grounds are decorated with traditional German symbols, colorful flags, and flowers. Thousands of visitors travel to the city each year to experience the celebration. Traditional clothing is one of the most recognizable features of the festival. Many participants wear traditional German outfits such as lederhosen for men and dinner dresses for women. This costume creates a charming European atmosphere in the middle of Brazil. Of course, beer is an essential part of Oktoberfest. Breweries from the region and beyond offer a wide variety of beers for visitors to enjoy. Large mugs of beer are raised in celebration while people share laughter, music, and cheerful conversations. In addition to beer, the festival offers many entertaining activities. Live bands perform traditional German music and will have lively tunes that encourage people to dance and celebrate together. There are also parades, costume competitions, and various games for visitors to enjoy. Food is another highlight of Oktoberfest Blumenau. Guests can taste traditional German dishes such as sausage, Brezeljaus, roasted meat, and other specialties. The combination of food, beer, music, and dancing creates a festive atmosphere that visitors find unforgettable. Today, Oktoberfest Blumenau is considered the second largest Oktoberfest celebration in the world after the original festival in Munich. Every year, it attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors and had become one of the most distinctive cultural celebrations in Brazil. 7. Lavagem do Bonfim. Among many cultural and religious celebrations in Brazil, the Lavagem do Bonfim festival stands out as one of the most meaningful and unique traditions. This special celebration takes place every year in the city of Salvador, the capital of the state of Bahia in northeastern Brazil. It is considered one of the oldest and most important religious festivals in the region and reflects a fascinating blend of Catholic traditions and African cultural influence. Lavagem do Bonfim dates back to the 19th century and is closely associated with the devotion to Lord Bonfim. The festival usually takes place in January and has become a major event in religious and cultural life of the people of Salvador. Each year, thousands of participants join a long procession that travels several kilometers from the city center to the famous church of Bonfim. One of the most recognizable aspects of the festival is the traditional white clothing worn by participants. White is considered a symbol of purity, peace, and spiritual respect in many Brazilian traditions. Many women participate in the event wear traditional Afro-Brazilian dresses, creating a scene that is both solemn and visually striking. The procession usually begins in the morning with music, drums, and traditional songs. Participants walk together while singing and praying, creating a powerful atmosphere that combines spirituality with celebration. Along the road to the church, local residents and visitors gather to watch the procession and share in the festive spirit. The most important ritual of Lavagem do Bonfim is the washing of the church steps. When the procession arrives at the church, women dressed in traditional clothing use sand, water, and flowers to wash the steps of the church. The word Lavagem in Portuguese literally means washing. This ritual carries deep symbolic meanings. It represents purification, the removal of negative energies, and the hope for good fortune in the coming year. For many participants, this moment is the spiritual highlight of the celebration when they offer praise for health, happiness, and blessing for themselves and their families. Lavagem do Bonfim is also a powerful example of the blending of Catholic traditions with Afro-Brazilian religions such as Catholicism. While the festival honors the Catholic figures of Lord Bonfim, many rituals and cultural elements reflect African spiritual traditional brought to Brazil by enslaved people centuries ago. This cultural fusion is what makes the festival especially unique. It is not only a religious event but also an important cultural gathering where communities come together by celebrating and preserve the heritage. Today, Lavagem do Bonfim attracts not only local residents but also many international visitors. This festival has become one of the cultural symbols of Salvador and highlights the rich diversity of Brazilian traditions. 8. Festival de Parintins. Among the many unique cultural celebrations in Brazil, the Parintins Folklore Festival is not only famous for its traditional ritual and cultural competition, but also for its spectacular night performance. These nighttime shows have become one of the most exciting highlights of the festival, attracting thousands of spectators who gather to experience the vibrant atmosphere. The night performance takes place at the special design arena known as the Bumba Meu Boi. When night falls, this This stadium transformed into a massive stage filled with colorful lights, music, and dramatic performance. Thousands of spectators filled the stands, enthusiastically cheering for their favorite team and creating an energetic and emotional environment. The two legendary cultural teams of the festival, Garantido and Caprichosos, present an elaborate show that they prepare throughout the year. Each team introduces a unique story or theme, often inspired by the history, nature, and myth of the Amazon region. Their performance combines traditional folklore with modern theatrical creativities. One of the most impressive aspects of the night show is the use of large-scale lighting system and special stage effects. Colorful light illuminate the entire arena, while fireworks, smoke effects, and enormous stage structure enhance the visual experience. Performers often appear alongside giant artistic structures representing Amazon animals, mythical figures, or elements of indigenous culture. Music plays a central role in this performance. Powerful rhythms are performed by large orchestras with drums, percussion instruments, and the voice of hundreds of performers. The energetic beats encourage the audience not only to watch but also clap, sing along, and become part of the festive atmosphere. Dance is another key element of the night show. Hundreds of dancers wear vibrant costumes decorated with feathers, beads, and design inspired by the Amazon culture. Their synchronized movement and expressive choreography create visually stunning scenes on stage. Beyond entertainment, the night show of the Parintins festival also carry deep cultural meaning. Through artistic storytelling, audience can learn about the traditional legends and relationships between people and nature in Amazon region. The combination of traditional folklore and modern state art makes the Parintins Night Show a truly unique cultural experience. Many visitors consider this performance to be among the most spectacular folk shows in Brazil. Today, these nighttime performances are not only a highlight of the festival, but also an important way to share the rich culture of the Amazon with visitors from around the world. Night Local Street Festival. In addition to the world-famous celebration, Brazil is also home to countless local street festivals that take place throughout the year in many cities and towns. Although these events may not be as grand as the major national festivals, they create a lively and welcoming atmosphere that reflects the everyday culture of Brazilian communities. These gatherings allow local residents to come together, celebrate life, and enjoy moments of self-joy. In large cities such as Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, and Salvador, street festivals often occur during weekends or special occasions. During these events, certain streets are temporarily closed to traffic so that people can freely walk, dance, and participate in various activities. Local bands frequently perform live music in the streets, filling the area with energetic rhythms. Music is truly the heart of Brazilian street festival. One of the most popular musical styles heard during this celebration is Samba, a traditional genre deeply connected to Brazilian culture. When drum and melody of samba begin to play, it becomes almost impossible to stand still. People of all ages often dance together in the street, creating a lively and joyful scene. Besides samba, many street festivals also feature groups performing other musical styles such as pagode, forró, and modern Brazilian music. This musical diversity gives each festival its own unique identity and highlights the richness of Brazil's cultural landscape. Food is another essential element of this celebration. Small food stalls line the street offering a variety of national Brazilian dishes. Visitors can taste popular foods such as feijoada, pastels, and acarajé. The delicious aroma of freshly prepared food spreads throughout the year. The area adding to the festive atmosphere. Street festivals also provide an opportunity for people to express creativity through costume and performance. Many participants wear colorful outfits, dress as humorous characters, or represent cultural symbols of Brazil. Some groups perform traditional dance or street art shows to entertain the crowd. One of the most unique aspects of Brazilian street festival is that everyone is welcoming to participate. There is no clear boundary between performers and spectators. People dance together, sing along to the music, and share moments with happiness with strangers and friends alike. Although these local festivals are often smaller and simpler than major national celebrations, they play an important role in community life. They strengthen social bonds, preserve cultural tradition, and create memorable experience for residents. Today, these street festivals attract not only locals but also international visitors who want to experience authentic Brazilian culture. For many travelers, joining a local street festival is one of the best ways to truly feel the joyful, friendly, and vibrant spirit of Brazil. 10. The festival spirit of Brazilians. One of the things that make Brazil truly unique in the eyes of international visitors is the strong festival spirit that exists in everyday life. In Brazil, festivals are not limited to special events that happen once or twice a year. Instead, the spirit of celebration is deeply integrated into the culture and lifestyle of the people. Brazilians have natural tendency to enjoy life fully, and they often express the joy through music, dance, and community gatherings. Music plays an essential role in Brazilian culture. From large cities to small towns, music can be heard from almost everywhere. Cafes, parks, beaches, and even on the street. Famous musical styles such as Samba, Bossa Nova, and Folklore are not only performed during major festivals but also in daily life. People often gather to sing, dance, or play instruments together, creating a lively and energetic atmosphere. Dance is another important part of Brazilian culture. For many Brazilians, dancing is not only a form of entertainment but also a way to express emotion and connect with others. During festival, it is common to see groups of people dancing samba in streets, in public squares, or at outdoor events. The energetic movement and joyful smiles of the dancer perfectly reflect the optimistic and vibrant spirit of Brazilian society. Community activities also contribute significantly to the festive spirit of the country. Brazilians love gathering with friends, family members, and neighbors to share meals, talk, and participate in fun activities. These gatherings often happen spontaneously and create a warm and friendly environment within communities. Major celebrations such as Rio Carnival and Festa Junina clearly demonstrate the powerful festival culture of Brazil. However, what makes the country special is that even outside of major festival, people still find ways to celebrate life. A small street performance, a casual outdoor party, or a dance gathering with friends can easily turn into a joyful celebration. This festive spirit also reflects the rich cultural diversity of Brazil. The country is a meeting point of many cultural influences, including indigenous, African, and European traditions. These unique mixtures that shape Brazil's vibrant festival music and cultural expressions. For Brazilians, festivals are more than just entertainment. They are a way to express cultural pride, preserve traditions, and share happiness with others. Through festivals and cultural activities, people strengthen social bonds and create unforgettable memories. Today, the joyful festival spirit of Brazil has become one of the country's most recognizable cultural features, attracting millions of visitors every year. For many travelers, Brazil is not just a destination, but a place where joy, music, and community connection are always part of everyday life. Conclusion: the Festival of Brazil are far more than simple celebration or entertainment events. They are a vibrant reflection of the country's history, cultural diversity, and the joyful spirit of its people. Brazil culture has been shaped by the interaction of many different influences, including indigenous traditions, African heritage, and European custom. These unique cultural mixtures have given rise to a wide variety of colorful and meaningful festivals. One of the most famous celebrations in Brazil is the Rio Carnival, which takes place every year in the city of Rio de Janeiro. This event is widely considered one of the largest and most spectacular street festivals in the world. During Carnival, millions of people gather in the city to watch a grand parade, enjoy energetic music, and admire dazzling Samba performance. The elaborate costume, giant parade floats, and powerful rhythm of Samba have made Rio Carnival an internationally recognized symbol of Brazilian culture. In addition to vibrant street celebrations, Brazil also hosts festivals with deep spiritual meaning. One notable example is the Círio de Nazaré, held in the city of Belém. This event is one of the largest Brazilian gatherings in the country and attracts millions of pilgrims every year. Devotees travel from many regions to participate in the sack procession honoring Our Lady of Nazareth. The solemn and emotional atmosphere of the event reflects the strong faith and devotion of the participants. Beyond these famous celebrations, Brazil also had countless local and folk festivals that take place throughout the year in different cities and communities. These events often revolve around music, dance, and traditional food and community activities. People gather to celebrate together, dance to familiar rhythms such as Samba and Folklore, and enjoy traditional dishes while sharing joyful moments with family and friends. What makes Brazilian festival particularly fascinating is that each one has its own unique identity. Some are lively, energetic celebration, while others are solemn, religious tradition or cultural event rooted in folklore and regional history. Despite their difference, they all share a common spirit of joy, creativity, and passion for life. Festival also plays an important role in preserving cultural traditions and passing them on to future generations. Through music, dance, customs, and rituals, stories about nations' history and cultural identity continue to be shared within communities. Today, Brazilian festivals are not only meaningful for local residents, but also serve as a major attraction for international visitors. Millions of tourists travel to Brazil each year to experience the country's famous celebration. For many travelers, this festival provides a unique opportunity to discover a vibrant and diverse culture. Ultimately, festival can be seen at the heart of and soul of Brazilian culture. They represent the optimism, creativity, and strong sense of community that define the Brazilian people. Through these celebrations, Brazil continues to be recognized around the world as a land of music, color, and joy.